Welcome to the Lummy Sports Show. I am the co-host, Brian, the babyface Matroni, and joined by the preeminent, very gray in the beard, Lummox. Lummox, how you doing, buddy? You gonna fade out this background music?
You gotta love.
Oh, your microphone was off the entire time.
I know. Well, the thing with Bubba's is also that I don't want to hit it too hard because his button is a little sensitive. Mm-hmm. And then, tomorrow is going to be a bad one for me. But you know what? Welcome to the Lummy and Brian Sports Show. You hear that, Brian? It's royalty free, baby.
It's great.
And we're not going to get in trouble. 813-90-BUBBA. Brian's already been caffeined up.
Ready to go.
All energized.
Powered by Monster Iced Tea.
Blitz is in the back. He's monitoring, making sure that everything goes right on this show today. He's got Brian all worked up on different topics in sports, and who knew Blitz knew anything about any type of sports except that he wants the Eskimos to be represented in the coaching. But you know what? We are back. That's right. Last week we were not on YouTube, but we are back now. A lot of major news going on in sports. We can even break it off right now with Brian. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great, Lummy. We had a great time. We got to catch opening day, which was a great game, and then an awesome concert afterwards.
Great concert. Great.
Legendary band.
Oh, super. I mean, there were so many hits that I didn't know this band had that many hits.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Which was live at Ferg's in front of the millions and millions
of
throngs
of fans that were there was amazing. I mean,
I think that you and I probably made up 50% with a Walker and Ashley kicker, 50% of the whole entire crowd.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But the game was great. Good times. Walker's a cutie. He likes me, so that's awesome. He's obviously got a good judge of people.
He likes what he sees?
He cried at Anna, right?
Yeah, she asked if he liked what she saw. And
yeah,
he cried.
He cried. He likes me, though, because I'm obviously a better person. But yeah, it was a good time. Lots going on in sports. Let me start out the show with this.
Is it about what you and Brian Blitz talked about?
No. Okay, this is about something that grinds my gears. Something that really bothers me. Not the thing that you and I are going to talk about in a minute for my pet peeve of the day.
I love those.
But Clayton Kershaw, pitching today for the Los Angeles Dodgers, had a perfect game going through 7 innings. And was only at 80 pitches. And they fucking pulled him. With a perfect game going.
No, you can't do that.
I don't care if it's his first start of the season. I don't care if you got him on a pitch count. He's got a perfect game going through 7 innings. And then, of course, the next pitcher promptly comes in and blows it and gives up a walk and a single. And they end up with a forgettable one-hitter against the Twinkies. The Minnesota Twinkies, but this whole pitch count thing, there's certain pitchers in baseball. Clayton Kershaw is one of them. He's shown he's durable. Let the guy go out there and get his perfect game.
Yeah, there's not many opportunities where you're going to get a perfect game.
No, I mean, he was only at 80 pitches. Now, granted, he would have probably had to get to like 105 to finish out the game. But let him go. Like, you really think he's going to hurt himself in those last 25 pitches?
Yeah, at least give him.
Let him until he loses the perfect game.
Yeah,
right. Until he loses the perfect game, let the dude finish it. Like, this is so bad for baseball. Like, the Rays will never have. I understand the Rays will never have somebody that goes that deep and has a chance at a perfect game. I understand
did before.
That. What
we had Garza went 9.
Yeah, he got a no hitter, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And that was what, 2009, 2010?
Yeah, 2009. Yeah, right on there.
So it's been 13 years,
and I don't see it ever happening again.
Not for the ways the Rays are set up. No way, no how. I mean, when they pulled Snell out in the World Series, that tells you that they are playing by their philosophy, and that's it. But Clayton Kershaw, man, in a perfect game, I mean, he's just mowing them down. And he's against a very mediocre team that he likely can get the perfect game against. And they take it away. They rip it right out of his hands.
Well, have you seen, too, as a lot of these young pitchers this week, they're saying, like, oh, he's had a strong outing, 12 strikeouts, taken out after the 4th inning. taken out after the 5th inning.
So he threw 80 pitches. He had 13 strikeouts, and he was only at 80 pitches.
At least let him go to 100. If that's now the new normal, where every pitcher is going to go 100 and maybe give him 110.
I say he gets to pitch until he gives up a base runner. If he's not giving up a base runner, then he's not throwing more than another 20 pitches, 30 pitches. But he was averaging 11 pitches per inning. So that puts him at 102 if you let him finish out the game.
Now imagine remember the Detroit Tigers guy that got kind of screwed on the last out? I don't think we've ever heard from him again when the ump blew.
Yes.
The bad call.
Yeah.
How many times did he get another chance for a perfect game?
I mean, they're so rare. They're so rare. But it's
that's what I'm saying. It's like that guy. You would think, okay, this guy is turning a corner. He's got an opportunity. He was young, and I think he played like maybe 2 more years in the majors, and no one even knows his name. I can't even remember his name. But if you had a perfect game, it's a lot better opportunity, to have that in your back pocket than Clayton Kershaw. What, 6 innings? What was it?
7 innings.
7 innings?
I mean, he was well on his way.
Yeah, that's the way baseball's going. I've tried to watch a lot. So we got the MLB package too.
Yeah.
And watching just the random different games. And just watching the amount of pitching changes before the 5th and 6th inning now is, in my opinion, disgusting on old school baseball. Just watching how 3 innings and they're already switching out one guy to go to another one, and it's just like let him pitch a little bit more.
You realize it's been a decade since a perfect game was thrown?
Who threw the last one? Was it the Oakland against
King Felix
against the Rays? Wasn't it?
King Felix against the Rays.
Yeah, Rays had like 3 perfect games against them for a couple years there.
But that year was insane, right? Because you had 3 perfect games thrown within what? Within 4 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And 2 of them were the Rays, I think.
No.
Oakland and then no?
No. It was you've never heard of this guy. Philip Humber. He was a pitcher for the White Sox.
Oh wow.
He went perfect. 96 pitches, 9 strikeouts against the Seattle Mariners, 4-0. In a day game. And then you had Matt Cain that same year. He
Giants.
went 125 pitches with 14 strikeouts as the Giants crushed the Astros 10-0. And then another day game, perfect game, Felix Hernandez over the Rays, 113 pitches, 12 strikeouts.
Oh, well, someone corrected me in chat, said we got a lot of no-hitters. I thought we got Dallas Braden.
A ton of no-hitters last year.
I thought we got a Dallas Braden against us in 7 on Mother's Day. I just remember always being disappointed with the Rays.
No, the Tampa Bay Rays have given up 3 perfect games.
Oh, okay.
So you were right.
I was right.
That is, by the way, that is the
record?
tied for the most in Major League Baseball history with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And they've been around for since what?
Oh, no, the Rays are that's very impressive. Although I will say this, it ain't happened to the Rays again anytime soon. Not with their new philosophy and everything. They get on base too much now, this team.
But the most of those, I think all 3 of those came when the Rays were actually good.
Dallas Braden was 2010.
On Mother's Day. And then they had it happen again on Mother's Day, I think.
And again, a day game. I wonder if there's something to this day game thing. Because it seems like way more day game perfect games of late than night games.
Of course, everyone's partying the day before, getting out there, getting crazy.
Now, what's crazy, Dallas Braden only threw 6 strikeouts. And Mark Burley, when he threw his, also against the Rays, he threw 6 strikeouts, 116 pitches and 109. And then, of course, Randy Johnson, he got 117 and 13 strikeouts. Do you know who has the most strikeouts ever in a perfect game?
No.
Neither do I.
I remember, Randy Johnson that one time, I think he went in the 10th inning with like 21, 22 strikeouts. I think he was going with a no-hitter.
Yeah.
See, now that is a pitcher. Okay, you're in the 10th inning and you're still going out there.
Well, that's mechanics, right? He was able to throw in such a way that he could generate incredible velocity and movement because of his physical stature. Pitchers now have to overpitch And that's why they get hurt, and that's why we've got, 5 Rays having had Tommy John surgery that are pitchers that are not available right now.
Yeah.
But
you're never going to see a pitcher like what you would see with a Nolan Ryan or Randy Johnson. I mean, Randy Johnson, I remember there was times in Arizona that he was coming out of the bullpen after throwing 9 innings, coming out of the bullpen to, close the game out. I believe it was in that World Series too.
Yeah. Well, that happens. You still see that sometimes in the playoffs. These guys will pitch, and then they'll be available for an inning or two in the next day because you almost always have a day off between the games.
Yeah, well, it's sad. It's sad, but I mean that's the way baseball is going now. 813-90-BUBBA. I'd love to have your take.
Well,
I just
real quick,
remembered
so
what we were going to take.
That's my real sports thing that pisses me off.
But I have one that pisses me off from over the weekend, which I just remembered.
Don't even get me started.
And I will be getting you started on that one. And I would love to see anybody that would disagree with us and have them call in to talk about that. But, Brian, what is on your mind today?
The stupidest fucking thing that drives me insane at all sporting events, but it's most prevalent, I think, at baseball games, is doing the wave.
Yep.
At all, but especially doing the wave in a close competitive game. When it's tied or a 1-run game or even a 2-run game, if it's not 9-0 and you're doing the fucking wave and you're getting excited over doing the wave, go fuck yourself.
Exactly. You see everyone, they're like, oh, yeah, the wave's coming. Woo!
And then they boo you if you don't stand up to do it. Fuck you.
What's your problem,
I boo you
dickhead?
for doing it. I boo you for doing it, you losers.
We were sitting there, and I'm watching it on the other side at the first baseline, and I see these guys getting up, and they're like, everyone, you just see them kind of doing that get up, and they have one row. And then it doesn't, then it like trickles out toward home plate. And then they're all, let's go. And they try to do it again. And then it starts to go. And then it stops. And then they try to go the other way. And then when it starts going, they're high-fiving everyone. I told Ashley, I said, we're never doing a wave.
Like they cured cancer.
Yeah.
Or they fucking landed a rocket on the moon. No, you got a bunch of other assholes to stand up and wave their arms in the air like a bunch of losers at a baseball game. That's all you did.
When it was, let's say it's a 1-run game, and there's a guy on third and 2 outs, and 3-2. Let's start the wave. Because it's a bunch of drunk assholes that just want to accomplish something because they're not on the field playing.
Yeah, they're almost always wearing jerseys too.
Oh, of
almost
course.
Always jerseys with their fucking Oakley sunglasses on with like the band around them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if anyone does the wave that's listening, then I would love for you to call in, put in chat, do something to defend
defend
the
wave, especially defend the wave when it's not just a complete shellacking waste of a game. I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear why it's so cool.
It says, you want to know, come to Cincinnati and listen to the asshats that woo the entire game. Absolutely. Listen, Cincinnati, I mean, Brian, have you ever been to Cincinnati?
No.
Okay, it looks like everyone hates the wave. But, I mean, Cincinnati, I've heard the Reds, I mean, they haven't obviously been anything since the good old days with, what was that, the 80s and 90s?
The wave's way more annoying than the tomahawk chop.
Like, what do you think about oh, yeah, well, I was going to say, when the Yankees, they start calling out everyone's name, and they say their name until they actually acknowledge them. Like at the Yankees, like if let's say it's Derek Jeter, and until Derek Jeter, taps his hat.
New Yorkers are assholes, and I mean they're not as bad as the massholes, but they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
I mean, but what do you think of that though? Like them having that going.
I mean, at least they're cheering for a player. The wave is just fucking stupid. It's stupid. At least you're cheering for a player. It's stupid that they're doing it until they tip their cap, but New Yorkers are like that. They will slobber all over the knobs of their players. They love them until they hate them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Once they leave. Oh, we have one person in chat. It looks like it's Blitz K. Says, I love the wave. What else is there to do at a boring-ass baseball game? And Blitz is the prototypical person to do the wave while he is sitting there probably with other friends and as he drinks his Trulies or his White Claws.
The wave was never alive, guys. If you loved the wave, if you, other than like 8-year-olds and dumbass drunk guys, nobody likes the wave. Nobody.
Not one person.
But they do it like a bunch of sheep.
I'm just glad that we agree on that, and a lot of people that are actually listening.
Well, it's finally something that you get. Like, you're starting to get the jersey thing, though. I think you're starting to understand how stupid that is.
Why? Because every person that I see that's wearing an obnoxious jersey or baseball pants or some obnoxious thing, I take a picture and send it to you.
Yes.
And I want to get your ruling. Almost like, Brian, is this okay to wear to a game? And if it doesn't meet the Brian game wearing thing, then it's obnoxious. Like that NCAA guy that was wearing the super Auburn shorts with the Auburn shirt and the Auburn socks, and he looked
cut
like
he cut his leg shaving.
You picked it up and he said, "Oh, he cut his leg shaving." So guess what? Nope, it all fails.
I'm gonna put on my fancy Auburn shorts, but I want to make sure my legs look good, so I'm gonna shave them. Oh shucks, I nicked myself. Now I'm going to need to get one of my Auburn Band-Aids out of my Auburn travel kit and put it on the back of my leg. Bruce, can you help me with this?
I'm coming over. Yeah, and they were the number 1 seed and they lost, so you know how that guy felt because all he had was Auburn gear.
Whatever.
Yeah, the SEC really let down this.
I mean, come on, man. When have they ever been good at basketball? They have one team here and there, flashes.
What, SEC?
Yeah, overrated conference.
Whoa. I have to kind of disagree with you.
You can disagree all you want. How'd they perform in this year's tournament, buddy?
Well, better than the Big Ten.
Oh, yeah? How'd Kentucky do, buddy?
Yeah, but better than the Big Ten. Everyone sucks the Big Ten's dick like they do in football, too.
Yeah, no, they do that, too, but overrated as well.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, like it seems like NCAA basketball. It's going to be the smaller. As long as the rules are in place where it's one and done in college basketball, all those big schools are going to just keep barely getting by, and I'm talking about in the tournament, where they're going to either get blown out.
Yeah, because those players are not bought in. They really don't care.
They don't give two
shits.
The
only reason Duke made it as far as they did with their group that didn't care, unlike Kentucky's group that didn't care that went out right away, is because of Coach K.
And I think Coach K realized that, which is why he's retiring.
They just didn't fucking care. I mean, and that's the thing. They're not bought in. That's why Villanova overachieves every single year, because Jay Wright brings in guys that fucking care. It means something to them, which is why it's shocking that Gonzaga hasn't been able to break through and finally seal the deal. But at the same time, they're there every year because their players care. They're bought into the university. They're bought into the coaching staff. They're bought into the system. It's not a stopping point on their way to becoming multimillionaires.
Yeah, that's why all those small schools that, everyone that I would look at bet in the tournament, you see those schools that, you have a lot of junior seniors, most likely will either cover the spread or have an upset against those bigger schools like the Auburns. I mean, we even saw it in the SEC tournament this year, which I know it's overrated, as you said. But I did go, and it was a school like the number 9 seed or the number 7 seed. They just were showing up the better seeds because you could tell those guys were like, well, we're making the tournament. Who gives a shit about the SEC? Who cares about winning it?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going all the way down to football and college football where none of those guys give two shits about, in the big schools once they get to the bowl game. So it's like almost pointless now. You might as well expand the playoffs in football and just get rid of half the bowl games. But Brian, here's your favorite caller.
Oh, he was so off on the Masters.
Nope, this isn't it. But he probably won the Masters. 704.
What's going on, Tim? So how you guys doing?
This is Halt the Show. Hence D3 Realty, d3realty.com. If you ever want to get real estate.
What's up, fuzzy green balls?
Yeah,
I broke the show last week. I apologize.
Yeah, you did. You broke the show at your NBA talk.
I mean, I don't want to go there today, though.
How's that 10 seed Charlotte going to look tonight, huh?
Tonight,
that exciting 10 seed.
This dickhead texted me and said, hey, are you watching a play-in game for basketball? And I said, what? I'm thinking, play-in games? They got play-in games now for basketball? Like, enough teams don't make the playoffs?
Everybody gets a trophy in the NBA. It's the fucking participation league.
This is pathetic.
I just don't understand. Like, listen, I'm going to the arena tonight to watch the game. They're going to show it on the Jumbotron or whatever, and it's going to be a fun time.
Wait, hold on. Time out. You are bothering to get into your vehicle and drive
I can walk.
and park. Okay, walk, whatever you're doing. Go to a stadium to sit with a bunch of other dweebs and watch a 9 seed versus a 10 seed play-in game to see who gets to be swept out of the first round of the playoffs.
Right, I bet he's going to wear a jersey too.
This is that monumental to you?
Yeah, I'm going to go, man.
You going to go in your Muggsy Bogues jersey?
There's Larry
Or
Johnson.
your Larry Johnson jersey?
Larry Johnson,
Go full grandmama on that bitch.
I wish you would have a Vlade Divac jersey, but listen, you can tell by his throat he's already been probably cheering for the damn thing.
Oh, my goodness. I couldn't even name a player on the Charlotte Hornets right now.
So you wouldn't do it if the Rays or the Lightning had a play.
No. I would go to the game. I would not drive somewhere to or travel somewhere to watch it on a screen. But first of all, the sight lines aren't even good for watching a game on a jumbotron. So you're going there. You're stretching your neck out for 2 hours. For what? To watch your team lose to you're not even. It's so silly. It's kind of silly. You admit it's a little silly. You're watching a 10 seed on the road.
You find any joy in life?
Hold on, are you bringing like a Bumble date or something? Are you bringing a date at least?
No.
He's gonna go there with the rest of the bros and bro down on the jumbotron. There is not gonna be a single piece of ass in that place. You think women go to watch losers watch losers?
All right. I'm gonna send text to Lummy.
Oh, great. What are you going to send me? How much fun you're having at that game, watching it on the I can't believe you're going to watch it on the jumbotron.
Or whatever they're doing there. I don't know. You get to go there for free, go inside the arena and watch the game. And it's a mile walk from where I'm staying. It's all good.
Okay, is it a free because they're trying to get people to go to the game? Is that how it's free?
No, there's no game, dude. They're going to watch a TV screen.
Oh.
You didn't catch that? They're not home. They weren't good enough to host the fucking game.
Oh, that's even worse.
A 10 seed.
That's worse, Hinstar.
Oh, no, it's not. You guys just, whatever. Whatever. I don't know what to say. It's listen, the wave thing, you're totally right. Anyone that's
no. That is the one place that the wave is acceptable is where you're going tonight. Fucking wave it up.
Yeah.
Wave it up. Wave away.
Maybe you'll change the whole game by doing the wave.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Why
really
don't
get
you
them
record
pumped up.
It? Yeah, why don't you start it? Hey, everyone, let's do the wave.
Live stream from that.
Want me to?
Yeah, you need to. I need to see the humanity that's going to be there.
It's Charlotte. It's not like Arcadia or something. Could be some hot ass there.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What hot ass is going single?
All those single ladies going to watch a game on the jumbotron.
What are you doing tonight going to watch the jumbotron?
Give me a break, dude. There might be 3 6s at that game that aren't with dudes.
The honeybees are going to be there, the cheerleaders. So that's.
Oh wow! Go fap to them.
Hinstar's going to pick up one of the cheerleaders.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I might be too old for one of them.
Oh, Jesus.
They're around Blitz's girl's age. You like them, what, 20?
Yeah, no, they're hot. No
doubt.
Doubt they're hot. But you're gonna. They're looking at all of you guys like, why the fuck do we have to be here?
Yeah.
So these tools can watch a game on the jumbo like this the whole time. Oh, yeah! And then it's going to come down to the final 3 minutes.
Atlanta's favored by 5.5.
That's how shitty Charlotte is.
I'm not worried about that. We're going to beat them.
Yeah, how'd the season series go? You guys did beat them last time you played them by 10.
We actually won the season series, but I think we had a worse division record. That's why we're not hosting the game. That's why.
Oh no, you guys are hosting the game. The game is the game though involves a bunch of dorks.
Hold on. I just because I'm not in the NBA, obviously. Hold on. The West. There's a team. The Spurs are 34-48.
Yeah, but they're really solid for an 8-game under 500 team.
Murray, top 10 point guard in the league.
Oh, so really good, man. So good. So it's going to be, this is why they play hard all season long so that they could get to that 9-10 seed play-in game. Yeah.
A 34-48 team?
No, they're a playoff team, man. Throw some fucking respect on the Spurs.
Against the Pelicans that are 36-46.
Yeah, man. It's great.
That West Conference is tough.
Oh, it's brutal.
Tough.
Yeah, which is why you play a regular season, so loser teams like the Hornets, the Hawks, the Spurs, and the Pelicans don't have to crowd up our space and our consciousness with this fucking battle of loserdom.
How much caffeine do you have, Brian?
A lot.
This is a good
Hinstar, our phone lines are blown up. I'm letting you
Everybody's
go.
calling in to clown you. We
Yeah.
got to take these calls.
You have fun at the
Go,
game
go.
tonight, Hinstar.
I'll make 10 pictures.
Yeah, send me pictures of the Jumbotron.
All the hot single ladies. A bunch of prostitutes is all that's going to be there. If they're hot, they're a hooker. I'm telling you that right now.
641.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
Brandon
up?
The Quad.
Hey, Brandon. Are you going to are you going to the Iowa Barnstormer game or something? You know, are you going to one of those games tonight too? Like Hinstar? Jeez.
Well, no, I'm just getting ready for the USFL on Saturday.
You're excited, huh? Opening day.
Yeah, that's on Saturday. I'm going to watch that on my 55-inch TV.
No. You need to go down to some stadium or arena in Iowa and with everybody else and stare at a Jumbotron.
Go to your local high school. They might have.
That's where all the hot ladies are going to be, apparently.
Yeah, just on a big projector screen at the high school and just stream the game on there.
There you go. And Brandon, look, besides you being our USFL correspondent, XFL is coming back. They just hired some new coaches. So that gives you another year to prepare for the XFL.
Hey, Brandon, if somebody wanted to watch a USFL football game, where would they tune in?
Oh, that's a great question.
It's on NBC and Fox and USA Network and Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, the opening game is on NBC. The New Jersey Generals versus the Birmingham Stallions.
Is Herschel Walker playing?
And that's the only game on Saturday. So they're really breaking it out.
Yeah, they're really showcasing that. They just released their jerseys too, whopping 1 week before the season starts. Thought that we could get our jerseys in time for the game.
But I think it's going to be like the XFL was before the pandemic. Like it's going to be 2 weeks and then it's going to die out again.
It's the battle of Skip Holtz versus Mike Riley.
Oh, wow. Mike Riley from Oregon State.
The two-time CFL Grey Cup champion, Mike Riley.
Is that Skip Holtz? Is that Lou Holtz's boy?
Yeah, he coached at ECU, USF, and Louisiana Tech.
Oh, my
Louisiana
God.
Tech got tired of him, and now he is in the USFL.
Corey Rivera, 500 stars. I can't believe he's at Birmingham. Oh,
But I just hope they try the 3-point play after they score a touchdown. That's the only cool part, I think.
Yeah. Well, we will wait for your call next week when you will get us all caught up with the USFL and all the results and all the storylines.
We'll be knocked out of the playoffs by the end of tonight. So.
Well, hey, Brandon, just so some breaking news on the XFL, though. Wade Phillips, Jim Haslett, Bob Stoops, all are among 8 XFL coaches. I mean, they're just recycling pretty much Anthony Beck is also a coach. But did you also hear, Ryan, you might be interested in this, Danny Garcia is the first female owner of any major American sports league, which I still don't understand how the XFL
We're
is
not,
an
yeah,
American-
time
By the
out.
way,
Let's
that's
pump
reported
the
by
brakes.
ESPN, though. That is ESPN reporting that.
Pump the brakes. First of all, there have
But
been
you know
female
what?
there
That's
have been
Rocket's
female
wife.
owners because they inherited the team from their husbands. So
That's
that's not
Rocket's
true.
wife.
Marge Schott has owned the Reds forever.
Well,
She was not the original owner, so maybe it's the first original owner of a sports franchise.
I don't know. I'm on ESPN.com. I'm seeing The Rock announce all those great coaches, and he says Danny Garcia becomes first female owner of a major American sports. Franchise and league. She paid $15 million to become part of the league. Also.
Oh, okay. So she actually
That's
owns the
Rocket's
league.
wife, though.
Oh, is it? That's his wife.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, this is
Rocket's
so
wife.
much BS. Then it's his wife.
It's his ex-wife.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't a little nice little job.
Well, while we were
Whatever.
on this one, we lost another call.
Yeah. Sorry, Brandon.
That's okay.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, well, we're waiting for that. Waiting for that update.
Well, you can tell that the ESPN's really pushing that XFL. Big headlines here. Terrell Buckley, Hines Ward, Rod Woodson, Reggie Barlow, and Anthony Beck are among the other head coaches.
The segment for Brandon is going to be called the Weekly Handicap with Brandon the Quad.
Brian Payne, 100 stars, and Jennifer Nyman, 200 stars. Here's that phone call we've been just dying for.
Oh, the Masters master.
Yeah.
You lost your ass on that one, buddy.
What's happening, guys? Well, I was planning to save the show.
Dude, your picks were terrible. Jordan Spieth, Brooks Koepka. God, man, you were so off.
Who did you pick?
I picked Xander Schauffele.
Oh, I picked
Scotty
Scheffler.
As my dark horse. Scotty Scheffler was my first pick.
Yeah, mine too.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, we were.
You picked Justin Thomas.
Yeah, we'll go back. Hey, Brian, ready?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hey, so Brian, who are you thinking for the PGA, the Masters this week?
Definitely Scotty Scheffler. I think Justin Thomas might be in there as well.
I'm thinking. I think Scotty Scheffler's gonna. I think he's gonna take it home with him.
All right. See, we just played the clip from last week, dude.
That's what I played. That's what I picked last week too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. We got your audio. Your audio does not sound that way.
I told you Jordan Spieth and Brooks don't have it, man. Not at the Masters. They don't. Not anymore for Spieth.
Do you think Tiger's going to play the PGA? I know he's playing St. Andrews, which is going to be awesome.
I think he's going to. I think he realized that physically he can handle it, and now it's just a matter of getting his game back to where it needs to be.
Do you think he gets to number 18?
No. I don't. He may never win another tournament.
I don't see that happening.
But
Nick Garcia, 499. Woo.
But I think if he can learn how to play within himself a little bit more, he might win well, he won't be in a lot of non-majors, but he may contend. I just don't see him winning. But I would love for him to prove me wrong.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there's that quote or there's that clip where somebody's asking him, "Do you think you'll win 18?" He goes, "No," and the guy goes, "You don't, so you've accepted that." And he goes, "I think I'll get more."
Well, of course.
Well, yeah.
That was
before
the car accident, though. That's before he almost lost his leg.
Yeah. And then it looked like he was trending in the right direction, right? But then it the wheels fell off.
Correct.
So to speak.
Trog and Chad has a perfect point. He needs to start banging his porn stars again, and he'll start winning games.
Well, who's to say he isn't?
That's very well. Obviously, his play is not matching what he was doing before.
I'm not worried about Tiger's right leg. I'm worried about his third leg, if you know what I mean.
Do you think? What do you think Charlie Woods is going to end up being?
He's going to end up being the sponsor exemption champion of the world. That's what he's going to end up being. He will absolutely play on the PGA Tour, regardless of if he ever earns a tour card or not, because Daddy will come to those tournaments, and guess what happens when Daddy's there? Everybody fucking cares. So Charlie Woods will absolutely be a PGA pro.
I understand that, but what do you think? I mean,
I can't project what a 13-year-old's going to be.
Why not, Brian? You're supposed to know everything about it.
I can tell you this: he's got an amazing swing. He seems to have his dad's personality, so we'll see. I mean, he starts fucking whores at 16, 17, 18 years old, and now we're talking.
Do you think he will ever win one major, a single major?
Oof, no, that's tough to do. I wouldn't predict that for anybody coming up through the ranks. I would say my prediction would be no for all of them. Like if you gave me a list of 50 young up and coming golfers, I would say no on all of them, and I'd probably be right on 48 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, Will Zalatoris is going to win one soon.
Well, he was. You know what's so amazing about him is he played the caddy in Happy Gilmore.
I know,
and now he's on the PGA Tour.
Is he?
Isn't that crazy how that thing works?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, pull up the caddy from Happy Gilmore, Lummy, and then look at Will Zalatoris.
That was funny when those tweets started going around last year when everybody was like, who is this guy? But, yeah, I just wanted to call and save the show from NBA talk with a real sport like golf. So
golf, I mean, good thing you didn't talk about your Orioles or, Lamar just giving up so much money because he just has a love for the game.
No, you know what Derek Carr did is what every person who's going to stay with a team does is sign their contract in their last year.
And that doesn't play. So if Lamar has an unbelievable year and he leaves the Ravens for the next highest bidder.
Who do you think he's going to play for next year?
Lamar?
Yeah.
Not the Ravens.
Not the Ravens,
and
but
this motherfucker, and he hung up the phone on us.
Minnesota?
Oh, 100%. I can see Minnesota all day long.
Yeah.
732.
What's up, Lummy? It's Alan.
What's up, Alan? Are you going in on the golf talk?
You want to laugh your ass to the bank? Look up who Scheffler's caddy was.
Who was it?
Ted Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Two-time major winner with Bubba. Bubba got rid of all of his people because he didn't want to do the full-time golf thing. And I just know personally because I work with one of his guys, and they're all laughing their way to the bank.
Bubba calls him a great friend.
Yeah, it's what, $1.2 million for him or so? $1.4 million?
Well, no, the caddy thing doesn't work like that's what everyone thinks. Every caddy gets 10%. You only get 10% if they win.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He gets $1.4 million.
Yeah, but if they finish in the top 5, it's like a percentage, and then it dwindles down.
Yeah, and I get that, but I was talking about Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy got out of there right on time.
Well, listen, Bubba Watson hasn't been anything in a while, and he's got a rest, and he's probably hanging out in Baghdad, Florida right now, loving life.
All right, well, you brought some energy. So
Hey, hang up, Alan.
He's still
No,
there.
I can't really hear you guys.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, consider yourself lucky. Thanks, Alan. We can't hear you either.
All right, later.
I don't think. So, is he saying that Bubba Watson? I mean, he kind of like semi-retired, didn't he? Wasn't he having like wrist problems?
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he played in the Masters, but
yeah, I know. But everyone kind of plays in the Masters if you're, somewhat of a pro. But I mean, he's not. I don't think Bubba Watson is like he's not full time.
He won 2.7 million. 270,000. It was 2.7 to win the Masters. I was joking I was saying the whole prize pool.
Which one of?
But that's what the caddies pretty much split up, although apparently not quite.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a caddy, so I mean, what can we say?
Caddies can make a huge fucking difference.
No, you see that they go through, they have their little book, they watch everything that's going on.
It's just about the player's comfort, man. Like if you have somebody there, that's the only other person on the course with you other than yourself. So I think it's important to have a caddy that you can trust and you feel comfortable with, and that knows your philosophy and then can help you make the right choices in those situations.
Yeah, I mean that is 100% true. I mean, look, after Tiger got rid of his caddy too, he struggled a little bit, especially on his putting.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the documentary Caddy Shack. I know a lot about caddies.
I take Bill Murray as my caddy all day long.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a caddy, but yeah.
No, remember he did with that old guy. That old guy was
do
having
it.
the best game of his life until he died with the.
He died on the course. He got struck by lightning.
That's right.
And Bill Murray just slid away, left him there. The priest, the old guy.
Hey, listen,
it is such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I would love to. In fact, other than Tiger Woods, if I could golf one round of golf with anybody else in the world, it would be with Bill Murray.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd have to pick John Daly.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Yeah, John Daly would look like he'd be fun.
So would Bill Murray, though.
True, but I feel Bill Murray's like really quiet.
Like, I would like to go to the 19th hole with John Daly, but the first 18 I would play with Bill Murray.
Well, John Daly would be the 19th hole on every hole.
Yeah.
If you can make it to
No, that's a good point. They're definitely my top 3 of dudes to golf with, would be Tiger, John Daly, and Murray.
Little Purple would like to golf with Trump.
So he can cheat? So he can cheat your money out of you, Danny? Because that's what he does. I shot a 47 under par. People are saying it's the greatest round of golf ever. Well, I don't know, but that's what people are saying.
Hey, listen, as long as at least he's not Kim Jong-il Jr. or whatever.
I'm going to do
10 hole-in-ones or whatever.
All 10 hole. Every hole was a hole-in-one.
Exactly.
600-yard drive.
Exactly. I mean,
600 yards.
But I mean, 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. The biggest news is of your buddies, your Raiders.
Raiders.
The best team that you claim.
Well, no, I just said that they were my dark horse team, and they took the team that made it to the Super Bowl right to the wire.
And after they've lost their GM, they fired their GM, lost their coach,
lost their top wide receiver, their top cornerback.
They somehow now shored up their big-time quarterback for a long multi-year contract, I believe, right? Guaranteed money, what, 5, 6, 7 years?
He signed a 3-year, $121.5 million extension, which means he's now under contract for the next 4 seasons, which will take him into his year 35 year. His average per year under this extension, $40.5 million, ranks him 5th among all NFL quarterbacks.
But they can decline, I think, after what, his second year?
Yeah, they probably can get rid of him at some point.
After 2 years.
Yeah.
So maybe like a Lamar Jackson go there because Derek Carr, obviously, the Raiders really.
Well, Lamar Jackson he's a free agent next year. Yeah, so he won't go there.
Derek Carr, obviously. They don't really believe in him. They're not really giving that.
No, they do because they've locked
guaranteed.
him up for 3. He's going to be their quarterback for at least 3 years. He has a no trade clause that runs through the 2025 season.
So does this put him pretty much at the middle level of the quarterbacks with that salary?
No, he's with his new salary now. He's in the top 5. He's 5th
with
$40.5 million. He's $20 million this year, but then his new contract is $40.5 million a year.
I misread the article I was reading. I thought he was only making $20 million a year.
No, that's this year.
Gotcha.
But he's under the new contract, the extension. It's $40.5.
Oh,
I mean, they're going to be formidable. Whether or not the defense is good enough for them to compete in that division will remain to be seen. But I think the offense is definitely going to be there.
There's a lot of teams, obviously, that are spending a lot more money. That AFC West is looking. I mean, I don't know what Seattle's
Denver could
doing.
still finish dead last. Denver could still be the worst team in that division. That's pretty crazy.
You really think they're going to finish dead last?
No, I said they could.
I know. I'm just saying.
The Chiefs could.
They're plus 900 to win the Super Bowl right now. After coming off, I think it was last year plus 300.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Broncos, and I was going off. I mean, I don't even know what the Seahawks are doing. I mean, it doesn't even look like they care this year. They've gotten rid of their quarterbacks. They're not, signing anybody. Are they just going to start all fresh from the draft? Which is absolutely insane to try to compete in the NFC West.
Well, maybe they believe in Drew Lock.
Do you believe? I mean, no. There's no way that they can believe in Drew Lock.
I don't know. Maybe.
Now, 25's big ass nose has asked, little purple jersey, $199.99.
Nice.
I can't hit the horn.
Yes, you can.
Toot toot. Thank you, little purple jersey. I'll put you over tomorrow. We can get the big horn going.
Yeah, let Bubba know that this show is bringing in the bacon.
We're bringing in the bacon right now.
That's it, man.
I was going to ask you about little 25's big ass nose, but little purple got me off on that. 513.
Will Adams be as good for the Raiders?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be as good. He just has to be 80% of what he was in Green Bay, and they'll be fine. But with Waller and Jacobs and him, they're going to be a good team.
Yeah, the Raiders are in good shape, guys. Lummy, Babyface, I got a question for you guys. I don't know if it's too early to talk about, if it's too morbid, but with Haskins' situation being the way it is in Pittsburgh, do you see them bringing another quarterback into the quarterback room?
I mean, he was dead weight there anyways.
Yeah, but I think they thought something of him. He was only 24.
Dude, he wasn't going to do anything. Come on, man. It wasn't going to be for him. No, if they believed in him, they wouldn't have brought in Trubisky. No. They'll probably bring in another quarterback just to be safe, but I don't think Haskins was ever working into their plans.
You don't think so?
No. I think they liked what he was doing. They liked how he kind of turned himself around and was being a locker room guy, but no. He was liked there, which is, that says something. But
yeah, third stringer, dead weight. According to you, he's dead weight. Now he's dead, so that's great, Brian.
No, I agree basically from that side, from an operational standpoint. I mean,
Yeah, but you got to bring
happen. But
realistically, they should bring in a veteran quarterback as it is. I mean, Mitch Trubisky is not a veteran quarterback. I think you need.
Well, he is at this point.
Yeah,
he's got experience starting over the 2 seasons. Look, I'm not saying he's the answer. He's not terrible. He's not Blaine Gabbert, okay? But he's also not going to be Ben Roethlisberger.
I think they're going to bring in a Cam Newton.
No.
Put him down in the third.
I honestly, Lummy, I'm on your side with that. I would like to see a veteran guy come in, but I'm not against a guy like Gardner Minshew coming in.
If you don't want Gardner Minshew on your team, then you don't know football, man. He is the Brett Phillips of the NFL. He plays with energy. He plays with spunk. He is a great energy glue guy, and he's a good quarterback. He's good. He's good.
I agree, but what's the likelihood of them being able to pull him away from Philly?
I mean, the problem right now is Philly still has so much draft capital, so they're really not in any rush. You know, they got him for another year. He's a pretty good insurance policy to have, I think, behind Hurts there, and so I don't see them getting rid of. I wouldn't if I were them. I'd keep. You got him on a good deal. He's affordable. He's a guy that if Hurts goes down, can come in and win you games and keep your season going in that pathetic dumpster fire of a division that they play in.
Well, that's pretty much what he did last year. What did he play? 2-3 games?
Minshew?
Yeah,
I think it was in 2.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he looked competitive. Listen, I'm with you, Brian, on the Gardner Minshew thing.
Most underrated quarterback in the NFL, bar none.
I agree. I would agree with that. But if Minshew's off the board for us in Pittsburgh, who else do you like coming in?
Oh, I would draft a kid. I'd find somebody maybe, second or third round, use a pick on it if you think there's somebody good. Otherwise, there's nothing available right now that you want.
So you're categorically against bringing in a veteran?
Well, who? Baker Mayfield?
No, because you have to trade for him. We're talking about a free agent.
Okay, what
veteran.
free? Hold on. Okay, let's go through the list of options, right? Let's go through the possibilities. You think Phillip Rivers is coming out of retirement to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No.
Okay. You've got, who else do you have? Cam Newton, and nobody wants him, especially after he made idiotic statements again.
Fitzpatrick. He has not played for the Steelers yet.
The problem is he's been having trouble staying healthy.
We're not looking for him to stay healthy. You're looking for him to just be a leader and to teach, and be that leader for the quarterbacks.
That's not necessarily a bad move. Is he free?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Oh.
He's hanging out.
I would love that move too, Lummy, from that standpoint. If we couldn't get a guy like Gardner, Fitz would fit in great in the locker room. He'd be that presence that would help these young guys out and help develop them a little bit further as well.
Because you even see, on the sidelines, even when Tua is there, he sits down, he goes to, they start going over things. I mean, the guy's played for, 10 teams, 12 teams? I mean, he's been around. He's not obviously doesn't have the best stats, but he is smart.
No, his stats are good.
No, but I'm saying they're not great. They're not great,
but they're good.
Played.
And look, he's a solid guy. I like that move. I agree with you, Lummy. That's not a bad move.
Oh, look at that. Brian agrees with me.
All right, guys. Thanks for your input on it, man. I appreciate the topic, and you guys have another great show.
Thanks, man.
I mean, look,
he love the Steelers. So
he's. I don't think he's ever thrown more picks than he's thrown touchdowns in a season. Oh, I take that back.
I think he did with the Bills, right?
Yeah, no, with the Jets.
The Jets. I was going to say,
but that's the Jets.
It's the Jets. Everyone goes up there. I mean, come on, the Jets quarterbacks. I mean, in the last 15 years.
That's the Jets. Yeah.
I mean. You can't get in. You go to the Jets, you just fail.
Yeah.
To be a Jets fan is got to be one of the most depressing things. And I was a Bucs fan. I mean, you're a Bucs fan. We've had it bad for so long, and the Jets just never for a while there. You always went into the season thinking you were going to be good, and then they shut the bed. I mean, at least with the Bucs, you knew they were going to suck.
So we got asked in chat, what do we all think the Jaguars will do this year? I could see them winning 6 games. They went out and they got some players. They got some guys, and they were knocked. Here's what I don't like about the Jaguars. They got knocked for overpaying for players, like giving Christian Kirk $18 million a year. Here's the thing. They have to. They have to. They play in Jacksonville, which is not a premier destination, number one. Number two, the team is terrible. There's no talent there, or very little talent there, and so you have to overpay players to entice them to come. Well, Christian Kirk was probably a $13 or $14 million guy. They had to pay a premium to get him to come to Jacksonville. Nobody wants to play there.
But why would they release a Dylan Moses? I don't know.
Maybe
does that make any? It's I believe it's the second year, and he was coming off a pretty good year.
They make their moves. Who knows why?
But would you not agree that that from a football standpoint,
why did they release Leonard Fournette?
Well, I mean, I don't think he wanted to play there. I mean,
no. They cut him, dude. They cut him. They fucking cut him.
Well, didn't they also get rid of Jalen Ramsey? Didn't they trade? Like, people are looking at Jalen Ramsey. If you're a Jags fan,
but at least they got draft picks for him. They got they got something for him. Yeah, they literally paid Leonard Fournette to leave.
Yeah, but hold on. I believe one of the draft picks that they did get for Ramsey was the linebacker Dylan Moses,
who they just cut.
They just cut after the second year, and now they're looking to draft another linebacker for this year. It just doesn't make any sense. And I was trying to look up his stats because I believe he, like, for a rookie on a bad team, I believe his stats were actually pretty good for a linebacker coming off a rookie year. I mean, am I missing something on that? Or, I mean, have you heard anything?
I mean, he signed with them as an undrafted free agent. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I just read that they used one of the draft picks on him.
No, he was undrafted. It says Moses signed with Jacksonville as an undrafted free agent ahead of the 2021 campaign.
I just read that they used the draft. The article I was reading, they used one of the draft picks from the Jalen Ramsey to get Dylan Moses, who they released, and now are looking under 33-68.
No, signed with Jacksonville in 2021 as an undrafted free agent out of Alabama. That's what it says on this article.
Oh, well, I'm reading something different. That's why I'm kind of curious on why they're
He never played it down for the Jaguars, spending the season on the non-football injury list.
Hold on, then it's not this guy. Then there's another linebacker that.
Wow, you're bringing some great content.
Fuck off!
To the
Let me
show.
look what I'm actually talking about here. 904.
Can you believe they cut this? You talk about
shit. Who am I thinking of?
Ryan Howard, the number 1 overall pick in the WNBA draft.
You're such a dickhead. Oh, man. Now I got thrown off because I was reading this stupid article.
Yeah, you're stupid is the operative word there.
813. Save me from this. 813.
Power pick. Hello.
Miles Jack. No?
Yeah.
Hello? Who? Hello?
But,
Hello?
Yeah, you're live here, 813.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we don't have phone screeners here.
Lummy's angry.
I'm angry right now because I just read a stupid fucking article on the wrong fucking linebacker. No, I read the wrong fucking linebacker.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
I got a good quarterback for you guys for the Steelers. So if you think about it, I think the last time this guy played in Heinz Field, he won a playoff game.
Cordell Stewart?
No, Tim Tebow.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
The guy can come back, and he can do it all.
No, he can't. He literally can't. He literally can't do anything right now. Nobody wants him anywhere, but thanks for the call. Tim Tebow. I would rather have Blaine Gabbert. Okay, there. We finally found an NFL quarterback who would make me rather start Blaine Gabbert.
904, listen, whatever you people think about whatever on my linebacker, I'm still looking up what I saw.
Miles
so 904.
Jack, right?
No,
because
Funky Funk wants to hear golf and see.
Miles Jack is with the Steelers now.
No.
Lummy.
What? Yes, 904.
You're thinking of Miles Jack, dude. Dylan Moses never played it down, man.
Then I was thinking of Miles Jack. Was he from Alabama too? I don't fucking know.
Miles Jack was from UCLA.
Well, all I know is that maybe he got released. I don't know.
He did get released. He did get released by the Jaguars.
Now.
Yeah, he's up in Pittsburgh. He had 108 combined tackles, 118 the year before. I think they just didn't want to pay him. Makes
pretty much
sense. Not wanting to invest in a guy who's not going to be around in his prime when you guys are competing in Jacksonville for what you're planning on competing, which is still 3 seasons away to be truly competitive.
We never really could find a good spot on the field for him. Everybody around here always thought that he should have been on the outside, but they never put him on the outside, and he was a smaller dude, and they kept him on the inside, so he always got swallowed up.
I mean, he's only small by height. He's 244 pounds. He's not a little guy. He's 6'1", 244. That's stocky enough.
Yeah, I mean his best years were obviously 17, and everybody knows how that went with Miles Jack wasn't down in the playoff game against the Pats, but after that he just kind of declined a little bit.
I mean, I don't know, man. The only time he had a rough season was when he went on IR. He was in 18, 107 tackles, 20, 118 tackles, 21, 108 tackles. Tackles for loss were there in 20, not as much in 2021. He had a pick, two fumble recoveries in 2020. 2020 was a pretty good year for him.
Yeah, like you said, man, it just came down to the money for us.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it when, he signed a 2-year, $16 million contract with the Steelers, and the question for Jacksonville is, do you want to tie up money on a guy who's has an injury history? He doesn't really complete seasons. He missed 2 games last year, 2 games the year before that, 5 years the game before that, the year before that. So you've got a guy who's been banged up. You've got a team that's not going to truly compete next season. They'll win some games, but they're not ready to compete next season or the season after. So why sign him and give away money when you can bring in a young guy who could be there when you guys are ready to compete?
Bingo.
So there you go.
Matt Peterson can get T-Law over the hill, man, and to that next level. That's all we're praying for.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you'll see an upgrade in the running game with Etienne and
with J-Rob.
And Lawrence getting back together. No, I think Travis is gonna perform. I think you
well, that's
missed
enough with the Jaguar talk. So I just found out. So the article was they were combining on the different linebackers they lost, and I was quickly reading it as I'm reading chat and reading this.
So Travis, how do you say his name? Is it Etienne? He said he was very happy that he missed last season, and he tore his ACL, and he's like, "Woohoo! I didn't have to be a part of that dumpster fire." That's how fucking horrible Urban Meyer is.
They're saying Urban Meyer
plans on coming back. The wave.
Urban Meyer is planning on coming back, they said.
Coming back where?
They said he's going to come back as a college coach.
Nobody's hiring.
He's going to take this year off. He's going to probably take the year off, maybe be like a college football analyst, and then most likely they say he'll get probably a coaching job at a small level.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does
USF. He's going to replace Scott here.
All right, you're saying that you want to take if Urban Meyer as a college coach?
No, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Okay.
At USF, but only if we were very desperate.
Well, I mean, at this point, are we desperate?
We are at this point, but 2 seasons from now, who knows?
I was going to say we say that every year that they just like the basketball team at USF, you always look and go, they finish strong.
I am still mourning the loss of Dylan Moses. My hearts go out to the Jacksonville fans. I know he was an integral part of your success in that city.
Listen, playing the scout team really set them up this year, okay?
He really had a chance, I think, to make waves and maybe get to play on special teams at some point. And those 5 special team tackles he may have had this year are going to be hard to replace.
They are.
To replace.
They are going to be hard. I read an article, listen, but also I'm reading here, Urban Meyer's going to appear back on the Fox Big Noon Kickoff. So are you excited about that,
no,
Brian?
He's a fucking douche.
But you would take him as a USF coach?
What? Yeah. I mean, if we needed him.
And you would cheer him on?
I mean, I would cheer for the team. I hate him as a person. He's just despicable. You look at him and you know he's a shitbird. He has a very punchable face, and I know because I have one too.
Did anyone try to fight you at the Rays game?
No.
Because you weren't being obnoxious?
No. You saw me. I wasn't being obnoxious. I was in a good place.
No. I was. That's at the.
I wasn't drunk or anything.
No, that was at Ferg's. I was saying at the game. I
was less drunk at the game than I was at Ferg's. I wasn't drunk at Ferg's. I wasn't drunk anywhere. I was toasty, but not drunk.
Do you see the Packers drafting a quarterback this year?
No, they've got their quarterback of the future on the roster already.
Corey Rivera asked about it.
They've got Love, man. Why would you? If you have Jordan Love, you don't need anything. I'm kind of surprised they re-signed Aaron Rodgers. You have Jordan Love.
I mean, I kind of thought they'd package him and send him to the Raiders and get rid of that shithole Derek Carr, but we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, Derek Carr is going to finish with more wins this year than Aaron Rodgers. Actually not. He plays in a way harder division. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has like 4 layups each year in division, and then Minnesota, you split with them. 5-1 is really the worst they should do.
Detroit's going to be good this year.
Oh yeah,
Jared Goff is going to lead them.
Oh yeah, Detroit's not trying to be good this year. Trust me.
Oh, they're going to take another year off.
They are. Yeah, they're taking. Look, every single free agent they sign. Find me a free agent contract they signed beyond 1 year. Go ahead. Go look. Go look. I heard they're considering a 10-year deal, guaranteed money for Dylan Moses, the hottest free agent linebacker on the market, but. Go ahead and find me a free agent deal where Detroit gave out more than a 1-year contract.
Maybe that's just because people don't want to live in Detroit longer than a year.
No, well, probably. Second shittiest city in America next to Philly. But no, it's they are in complete rebuild mode. They couldn't do anything with Goff, so they're going to just bite the bullet, have him for another year. And then some team will be lucky to have a really expensive clipboard holder, or I'm sorry, surface holder in Jared Goff next season.
I was going to say DJ Shark, but 1 year, $12 million.
Yeah, they're all 1-year contracts, buddy. I know my shit.
Nope. Oh, you're wrong.
Oh, shucks.
Charles Harris signed a 2-year, $14 million deal.
2 years.
2 years.
1 2-year contract, and then the rest were 1-year deals.
Oh, and Khalif Raymond signed for a 2-year deal.
Are they guaranteed years or just 1 year?
We're not looking at that, Brian.
Okay.
But hold on, don't forget Tracy Walker. 3-year, $25 million. That includes $17 million guaranteed.
Were those players that were already rostered, or were they true free agents that they were bringing in from outside the organization?
Listen, Brian, you just said about people
No, I said free agents. I said they did not sign any free agent like that they didn't already have rostered. I could be wrong.
I believe you're wrong just about one.
Okay. So one guy on a 2-year non-guaranteed deal,
yes.
Which is probably the only way he would come, is I want 2 years. Well, we're only going to give you 1 guaranteed. So it's essentially a 1-year contract. Because if they can cut you with no repercussions, it's not a 2-year deal.
And by the way, we do not know what Jared Davis's contract, because those terms have not been disclosed.
Oh, we're all waiting with bated breath to see how Jared Davis did. I mean, right next to Dylan Moses, probably the second most talked about free agent this side of the Mississippi.
Corey in the chat said Detroit's going to be good this year. He's marking it down. Week 10 when they're 0-10. But listen, I think Minnesota is going to be good this year. I think they're going to take it. I kind of wanted to get your take on the
Minnesota's not taking that division. I mean, look, they may split with Green Bay and they may finish second by a game, but they're not going to pass Green Bay. Green Bay will get some receivers in there. I don't know who he's going to be throwing to, but they'll find someone.
Well, I was going to say I was right on. I'm still surprised on the USF. What's his name? Van Slosleders. What's the guy from USF that went to Kansas City?
Austin Ryder?
No, the Kansas City. He's a wide receiver.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah.
MVS.
Yeah, he was at the USF spring game, but
yeah,
he just got a big. I was surprised that Green Bay did not re-sign him, but I mean, you really think that they're going to try to go for all these rookies on wide receivers? Because realistically, who's still out there that they could sign, at least to be a veteran presence?
I mean, there's not a lot. Terrell Owens.
He wants to come back. He is saying he runs under a 4.5 40. He's preparing to play. He's playing in that one football league with Johnny Manziel as a quarterback.
Amari Rodgers, he was a rookie last year, but caught 4 catches for 45 yards, is a starter right now for them, if you look at their depth chart. How about the great Rico Gafford? He's on there too deep.
I think he played with Dylan Moses, didn't he? In the
Rico Gafford.
I mean, I guess you can see what Green Bay might come up with, or I guess with the.
So here are the Packers wide receivers: Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, Amari Rodgers.
How old's Randall Cobb?
Juwan Winfrey.
Is Cobb 35?
Malik Taylor and Rico Gafford. Oh, and don't forget Chris Blair.
Okay, that seems like a pretty good wide receiver.
Chris Blair, 24 years old, out of Alcorn State, definitely going to compete on that 2 deep. And then, of course, Juwan Winfrey, 25 years old, out of Colorado. had 8 catches for 58 yards last year, so he poured it in. Rico Gafford didn't quite get any stats in 2020 or 2021, but I think 2022 is going to finally be his year. And Amari Rodgers, 4 for 45. So they bring back about 0% of their offense on at wide receiver. Alan Lazard, what do you have, like 20 catches for 80 yards?
What did Randall Cobb have at
40
37?
for 513. Cobb, he didn't put up big numbers. 28 catches, 375.
Was he hurt?
He's old.
Yeah, was he 34? 35? 36?
Keep going. No, he's 32. That's it.
He looks old.
You just remember his name forever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's been in, Randall Cobb, and then they made the big deal about getting him.
No,
He was a game changer for the
They
Packers.
definitely need a legitimate number one wideout. I don't see, man. That's if Aaron Rodgers can win with this group, this ragtag group of wide receivers, he can win with anybody.
You forgot about a free agent wide receiver that's still out there.
Who?
Julio Jones.
Oh my!
I thought you were going to say it too when you said who.
Who?
There you go. Julio Jones.
Yeah, man, they're in trouble. They needed to bring back MVS. They didn't. They should have gone and made a play for somebody.
I feel like there's really no one else out there that they can get.
They'd have to pull off a trade, or they're going to have to draft. But they don't draft very high, do they?
No.
Well, no, I guess they do because they got the Adams pick.
Yeah, but
it's not super high.
It's not high.
This is a wide receiver rich draft, so it doesn't matter. They don't need the number one guy off the board. They can take the third or fourth best wideout and still have a good product.
Well, hopefully they don't fuck up and draft what's his name, Hunter Renfro, or no, Henry. What's his name, Henry the third.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Henry Ruggs. I mean.
No, you got some great wideouts in this draft. You got Garrett Wilson, who's really good. Drake London, Jameson Williams.
Yeah, but no one's really jumping off the charts.
I mean,
there's been
Jameson Williams is pretty amazing.
But he's not going to drop that far down.
Well, he's the third best wide receiver. They have him ranked around 17th best available in the draft. It's possible.
Yeah, I don't see that one happening. I don't see him making it that far. I feel like a lot of teams are going to be drafting wide receivers, especially after what they're getting this year.
Well, yeah, I mean, that scares me if I'm teams, because I'm like, God, we can't keep affording to pay these guys $22 million each.
I mean, you could always be like the Vikings. I mean, they rolled the dice because that's what Diggs was going for. And they traded Diggs, the draft pick, and then they got Jefferson, who's on a rookie deal.
So here's a couple mocks. They've got, let's see here, Green Bay getting Chris Olave from Ohio State. Another one has them getting Jahan Dotson from Penn State. And then another one with Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. So any of those guys would be, let's see here, Treylon Burks is the 5th highest rated wide receiver. Chris Olave, the 4th going into the draft. Olave, 4.39 speed, although Jameson Williams, man, 4.25. Are you kidding me? Talk about a field stretcher.
Yeah, 4.25.
That's insanity. 6'2", 4.25. Good combination of height and speed there.
Yeah.
But the Treylon Burks kid, too, 6'3", a little bit bulkier, 4.55. Or you can go with Olave, 6'1", 4.39. They will get, or Dotson is the other one there, 5'11", 4.43. I don't like the smaller receiver. They need a legit number one.
They need a taller guy.
They need a legit number one. And I think if they go with any of those Olave, Williams, or Burks, they will be okay.
Oh, I guess we'll see then. I want to get your take on the Washington Commanders.
They're going to suck. Carson Wentz is their quarterback.
I'm talking about what's going on in the background. I mean, are they going to make Dan Snyder sell the team? Do you kind of understand what's happening in the background?
I think it would be great for that. That's the best thing that could happen to that franchise, is for him to be forced to sell. He is a terrible owner. He makes terrible personnel decisions. He apparently has fostered an environment there that is very harassing, very terrible environment. He's responsible for John Gruden losing his job and being canceled. So it couldn't happen to a worse guy. He's right up there with Urban Meyer for me, Dan Snyder. He's a douche.
Really?
Yeah, he's awful.
So now, do you Big Buck, 1,000 stars? Now, were they stealing money or just hiding the money? Do you kind of know what's going on there?
No, I just know that he's in a whole heap of trouble. I really haven't followed the Commanders story because they're fucking irrelevant.
Pretty much no one gives a shit about the Commanders. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're just going to be the ass buckets of the NFC. They overpaid for Carson Wentz. Riverboat Ron's going to be struggling while they're going through all this shit with their new season coming out as the Commanders.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's poor, man. You kind of feel for that then.
Not really.
No.
Let him suffer.
Though. No, you know what? I'm disappointed in that.
No, I don't. Who cares about Washington?
Well, I was just curious because it is kind of a big story.
It's where quarterbacks literally go to die. I mean, their careers, or they die a couple years later walking down the street.
You know what? A good question in chat here, since you shit over my Commanders story, because obviously Dan Snyder is a bad coach. I mean, a lot of owners try to compare to Jerry Jones, but obviously Jerry Jones
is a terrible owner too.
I was gonna say Jerry Jones is a horrible owner. Obviously, the Cowboys have not made the really any big progress since he's kind of taken over as a GM, but he has built a nice franchise.
No, he's always had a good franchise there. But they've never won in the salary cap era. I mean, they've never won in the free agency era. I mean, they were able to build a team and keep them hostage. They've not been able to build a team there when players can go wherever they want. True free agency, they've sucked. And it's in part because of him, and he was constantly meddling with the team, and then he locks onto these guys and keeps them around way longer than he should. He plays favorites. It's just he's not
kind of like what he did with the coach Jason Garlett or whatever.
Jason Garrett.
Yeah. He pretty much should have been fired a long time ago, but then
he keeps his favorites around too long.
Now I do want to ask you this because it kind of brings up a good point here on because you hate certain people, and Corey asked, who would you rather have as your quarterback, Tebow, Kaepernick, or...
I'll take Kaepernick. He's way better quarterback than Tim Tebow. Way better. It's not even close. Who would you take?
Are we talking about right now?
Yeah. In this moment, if you had to pick a quarterback today, are you picking Kaepernick or Tebow? They're both equally distraction for your locker room.
I know.
But for totally different reasons.
I'm trying to think of that because they both are distractions, and the media would be just, but it's one side or the other too.
Right.
On the distraction level.
Right. But then go to talent then, and Kaepernick is more talented than Tim.
But who's
going
to but if you're looking at a team aspect.
No, Kaepernick, a lot of guys like him. A lot of guys think he got a raw deal. I think you wouldn't lose the locker room with him. And I don't think you'd lose the locker. I don't think you'd lose the locker room with either guy. They're just a distraction. They're just a distraction.
But who's gonna handle it better though? Tebow or Kaepernick?
I don't know, man. I think just if I got it, the tiebreaker to me is who can play the position better, and it's Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I may have to pick Tebow. I mean, he's got Jesus on his side. So
does he really though? Because what has God done for him lately? He couldn't cut it as a tight end. He prayed and prayed and prayed on it, didn't make it. I'm just saying. His chosen one coach, Urban Meyer, didn't do too well there.
Well, listen, we can find obviously Urban Meyer.
I heard he said prayers for Aaron Hernandez. How'd that work out? I'm just saying.
They were roommates, I believe, too, weren't they? Yeah. Or Tim Tebow was supposed to. Yeah, okay, listen, if I had to do it, I'd probably bring in Tebow. Not Kaepernick.
No, you wouldn't. You're a fucking liar. You're just being contrarian right now. Be honest. Who do you think would win more games in the NFL starting tomorrow?
What team do we have a decent team?
You got a team that's going to be a middling team. You've got
you're putting them on the Jets.
No, not the Jets. We're going to put them on the Panthers.
Oh, you're still fucked. Running back. Okay, I guess if you're going to put him on the Panthers, I guess I would have to go with. I'm going to have to go with Tim Tebow.
No, you're not.
He can handle the ball.
Then you just lost your job as a GM. You're fucking fired. You and Matt Rule out. Me and Matt Rule stay because I got Kaepernick. We get one more season to be mediocre in a mediocre city.
That's just a horrible. That's. I'd probably trade him to the Bucks for my boy
Blaine Gabbert. Yeah.
Lead us to the Super Bowl, the promised land, whatever you want to call
Josh
it.
Freeman or Tim Tebow? Who are you going with?
That's a dumb question. I mean, you got to do Josh Freeman for a lot of guys. I'm going to say Josh Freeman. That guy got the rawest deal ever. I know you don't think so, but listen.
No, I don't.
Dick,
and
Greg
I think
Schiano just ruined.
The stats speak for themselves.
Listen, Greg Schiano ruined them.
I think cocaine may have.
Okay, but listen, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Okay,
you and him doing railing lines together would know about that.
I never did cocaine, and that's hypothetical.
Speedballs.
That's hypothetical. What he did, he got screwed because he showed up late a couple of times.
Hungover from cocaine.
No, I mean it might have been Molly or different things like that.
Oh, what? Now
or
let me ask you this:
prescription drugs.
You did? Oh, Molly's not a prescription drug.
I meant or prescription drugs.
He was bumming your Rattler.
No,
is that what you're saying?
I mean,
this is breaking news on the Lummy Sports Show that Lummy helped derail a promising NFL career by providing him with pills.
That was himself, and that also hurt the running back out of Boise State. He was on some pills.
Who do you think is the first quarterback off the board in this year's draft?
Tiny Hands.
Malik?
No, Tiny Hands out of Pittsburgh.
Oh, really?
Why, you think Liberty Malik's going to go first?
Yeah, I think so. I think it could happen. I think he might be the first one off the board.
He may be the first one off the board, but a lot of people are saying that Pickett's the NFL-ready quarterback.
I know they're saying that.
Tiny hands.
I know they're saying that, but they've got him. I mean, the drafts, the mocks now, some have him falling out of the first round. Malik Willis has clearly established himself as the number one quarterback on the board.
Well, yeah, he had a really good
There's some people think that Kenny Pickett might go to Carolina or maybe even Atlanta, but it could be Willis.
Weren't they saying Sam Howell?
Seattle might go somewhere.
Were they saying Sam Howell may be going to the Carolina Panthers?
I don't know. What I've been reading, and again, I'm no draft expert here, but what I've been reading is you're going to see, maybe two quarterbacks in the first, two at most three quarterbacks in the first round.
When's the last time that happened? Like two quarterbacks?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a long time.
This is a pretty weak class. I mean, Desmond Ritter's being considered for late first round. That says something.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. A lot of people say that Sam Howell looks like the next Baker Mayfield.
Well, then you want to steer clear of him. That's not a glowing endorsement.
No, I know.
At all.
But they're also saying that Baker Mayfield, I even said it too, Sam Howell may want to shave like his beard because he looks just like
Baker
him.
Mayfield, they were saying, was going to be the next Johnny Manziel. Looks like they were right.
Baker Mayfield lasted a little bit longer than
So if
Manziel.
if you're picking, you got your choices: Matt Corral, Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell, Malik Willis, Desmond Ridder. Who are you taking?
Is my team ready? Is this guy going to sit on the bench?
No, your team's clearly not ready. None of these teams are ready. I mean, none of the teams that need a quarterback are quote-unquote ready because they need a quarterback.
Big buck, 1,000 stars. I probably would pick Malik for the upside.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't let him start. I'd put him back. I'd go. And once again, this just goes on.
Do you think a team like Pittsburgh could make a move for Malik?
I think that'd be smart. But then that also shows Rudolph and everyone, that they're not sold on those.
The problem for the Steelers is they're picking at 20.
Yeah, but I can see him trading up.
Yeah, but you don't trade up for him. You don't trade up for a guy who's a low floor, high ceiling guy.
Oh, you mean like Mr. Trubinsky, the Bears did?
Yeah, you don't do that.
And
Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah. Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes.
Dropping Danny Dimes?
No, I'm probably going, if I'm going to have to pick, I'm probably going with Matt Corral or maybe No, you know what? I'm going Willis, too. I'm going Willis. They're all going to be awful. I mean, one of them will pan out, but maybe I just sit and wait and take a guy later.
See, now, if I was a GM, I would just keep bringing my core players. If I had a good draft pick, it would be, let's bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick to be a quarterback to teach. Then I'd go draft a guy.
What do you think about Carson Strong?
Not for the first round.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you were talking about first round.
No, like a third round. You take a flyer on. You take a flyer on a guy, draft him a little later.
I think he's going to be one of those quarterbacks like a Ryan Tannehill. He's going to be just good enough. I don't think he's going to be a superstar. I think he's got good mechanics.
Yeah, well, his decision-making's question. He's very limited mobility. He can sling the ball, but he also takes a lot of risks.
And it looks like the Steelers are strong on him.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need to reach. And if they draft him 20th, woof.
No.
That's an overpay for that guy. Where do they draft in the second round?
Which they said reports are is that usually the
52nd. Yeah, he probably won't be there at 52.
Well, see, in the Steelers, what I heard on a different show was Steelers love drafting Ohio State players.
Is this the same show that told you that Moses was
off?
cut?
I misread and whatever.
Was that the B Fudd and Brandon the Quad Sports show that you were listening to?
Brandon the Quad and I were talking, and I misheard what he said. But they say that the Steelers like drafting Ohio State players.
Handy questionable.
Yes, dick with the snake. Listen, and they said that they didn't even go to the Ohio State Pro Day because they wanted to go see Carson Strong. So that they missed the Ohio State Pro Day. So obviously they must like this guy.
He is the most physically prototypical quarterback, 6'4", 226. From a stature standpoint, he made a good decision, I think, coming out as a junior because next year's class is going to be a little stronger. So yeah, I mean, physically, he's the only quarterback in the top. I mean, the only quarterback in the top 15 that are available that's actually 6'4". No, I guess Desmond Ridder is, but Ritter's a little slight, a little more slight in terms of weight.
We can pack that right on.
But man, if you could get Carson Strong, if I'm the Steelers, 52nd is probably a little too soon. But for the quality of quarterback that's in there, if he's your guy, it's not a bad spot to take him in the second round.
What about if they traded away their 20th to move down for him? To load up on maybe second and third rounders if a team was ready to maybe pick up a wide receiver and jump ahead.
Yeah, but the Steelers are pretty good at wideout.
No. I'm saying if they traded down to a team that wanted to jump up.
Ahead.
And they trade down more toward maybe the beginning part of the second or the end of the first.
Well, you would be getting to trade down from 20 out of the first round. You'd have to get a lot back. I mean, that's a pretty big move.
Well, I'm thinking just those
in
mid-level.
terms of value.
Yeah, I'm thinking the mid-level. They like those mid-level, some seconds, some thirds this year and next year. And then they just load up on those type of guys.
Yeah, like if the Jaguars come calling and they're like, we want the 20th pick, and they're sitting there at 33, and you take that one from them, and then
like a third or fourth,
and then you get maybe number 60, 33, 65, and 70. Maybe you see value there, and take those three from them for the 20th.
Yeah.
Trade down 13 spots to get two more picks. That's, but you're really trading down 13 spots and then getting the 65th and 70th. I don't know if that's worth it. You really can't. You don't want to miss on your first round pick.
Not at all. But it's
so
also you
don't
want
let
to miss
the Browns
on that.
make it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, but you also don't want to make sure.
The good news for them is they can't fuck up in the first round this year.
The Browns?
Yeah, they can't do it.
They can't do that for a while.
Nope. They don't use them well anyway, so they might as well.
813.
Myles Garrett, that's about it, right?
Actually, yeah. 813. Hey, what's going on, 813?
Hey, this is Derek, man.
Hey,
How
Derek.
you doing, Lummy?
Is this Derek Carr? Congratulations on the contract, buddy. $40.5 million a year, fifth highest paid quarterback in the NFL, as you should be.
I don't think so.
Hey, I am actually glad they got him signed up, got rid of Gruden, so I'm a happy camper with the Raiders right now.
Okay, first off, there's nothing wrong with Gruden, but yes, I mean, we'll go from there.
I don't like head coaches that make it
Gruden's
about them.
overrated.
I don't like head coaches that make it about them.
Listen,
And he makes it about him.
Derek's a kicker, so we can only hold his opinion so far.
Hey, come on. I was a good kicker, a mean kicker.
Yes, you
But,
are a
hey.
mean kicker.
Derek who?
Hey, just huh?
Derek who? Who'd you kick
Derek
for?
me?
Yeah, Derek's a big time kicker.
Yeah?
Nah.
He kicked
I
at the
kicked
University of
him-
Miami.
Yeah, right. Actually, Mike Smith recruited me to Tennessee Tech back in the day.
See?
The old Falcons coach.
Yeah, there you go. Tennessee Tech, Golden Eagles.
Wow.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah, I went there.
You did?
I visited.
Oh, I was going to say, how many fucking schools did you go
I
to?
visited Tennessee Tech.
I've still never found you on anybody's roster, Lummy.
I've already told you you can find me on one roster. So what's up, Derek?
Nah, just wanted to call in and say, hey, loving the show. Didn't think too much of Babyface on the regular show, but I'm loving him on the sports show.
Well, maybe you need to
But-
give me another chance on the regular show.
Maybe
Nah,
after
just-
maybe after the roast, you might like Babyface.
Oh, I'm going to
Hey,
get to
okay.
roast somebody?
Oh, you didn't hear it? I'll explain it after Derek here.
Okay.
But yeah, hey, let me just want to call in and say loving the show and give the kid a hey for me.
We'll do,
and
Derek.
tell Ashley hi. Talk to you later.
See you, man.
Take care, Derek.
Yeah, Derek's a good guy.
He's a great guy now that he likes me.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Oh,
was-
no, you must have not have heard. Bubba wants to do a roast, and he was going to start it with Dr. Dan Diaco.
Oh, we're roasting Dan?
And I suggested,
my God.
so he was just going to have certain people in, and I said, I think the perfect person would be Babyface.
And what'd Bubba say?
He said that's an amazing pick.
I'm the number one draft pick for the roast of Dr. Dan?
You are. I think that, yeah. Well, we already know you're going to bring the heat, so I'm guessing that you're all about it.
Yes. When is it?
We're setting that up.
Yeah, I need a little bit of time to write some material.
What, a minute? I feel like you have all the material already memorized.
But I want to do
Some real deep digs.
not deep digs, but I want to make sure they're well formulated jokes. I want to work on them. I want to master them. I don't want to go up there and give a B performance. I want it to be my A game. If I'm going to get a chance to bury Dr. Dan and actually get laughs for it and not kicked off the show permanently because of the envelopes, then I want it to really hit.
Well, yeah, I think you'll probably have a little bit of time. It'll probably be, I would say, at least a month. At least a month.
Okay, good.
I was actually looking at the draft picks here while we're getting ready to wrap up as the Browns. And, yeah, wow. That's pretty bad picks.
Oh, they're terrible.
Tim Couch, garbage. Courtney Brown.
Who?
Courtney Brown.
Who?
The number one pick out of Penn State.
Is that a WNBA player?
I think so. Gerald Warren.
She
out of
was
Florida.
great at UConn.
Yeah.
And then who?
Gerald Warren, defense tackle, Florida. William Green.
Who?
Jeff Fain.
I mean, the name's vaguely familiar.
Kellen
Was he an
Winslow.
offensive lineman?
Yes, he was
Okay.
center.
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow serving his hard time in right now.
Yeah.
Braylon Edwards.
Oh, my goodness.
Cameron Wembley out of Florida State.
Oh, my God.
Could have been good. Joe Thomas. Okay, there we go. Joe Thomas.
Finally.
Brady Quinn. They traded up for Brady Quinn.
Great move.
Who the Dallas picked Felix Jones for.
Can't miss.
Alex Mack.
Return of the Mac.
Joe Hayden. Phil Taylor.
Huh?
Trent Richardson out of the league in 3 years. Wasted a fantasy. Brandon Whedon, again, that great
Wow.
another 35-year-old quarterback. Barkeles Mingo.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Gilbert.
Wow.
Then Johnny Manziel.
Wow.
Man, they love trading up for those.
They love trading up for bad quarterbacks.
22nd pick Brady Quinn. 22nd pick Brandon Whedon. 22nd pick Johnny Manziel. Oh, that's not a good sign. Danny Shelton, Cameron Irving, Corey Coleman, then Myles Garrett.
They won.
Jabril Peppers?
Jabril Peppers is good, too.
And then David, whatever his fucking last name is, out of Miami. Joku.
Oh, no, yeah.
Is it?
Njoku.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Baker Mayfield, Denzel Ward.
Wow. So terrible.
Jedrick Wills and Greg Newsome.
So terrible. Like, that's awful. That's man, I feel for Cleveland fans.
That's bad.
That is pretty.
I feel pretty bad. I mean, you can go through the Bucks draft picks.
It's not nearly as bad though.
No, at least we had some hits and some picks.
And here's how you know it's bad. If the guy doesn't get a second contract in the NFL, if he's a first-round pick and you may not want him, he may not fit into your scheme, he may not have thrived with your team, but then nobody else, there's 31 other teams and they don't want him either.
I mean, Johnny Manziel, he's playing in the FCF.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the Zappers.
The Zappers.
Yeah,
the Don't Tase Me Bros.
I mean, are you a fan? Are you a fan of the FCF?
The Fans Choice Football.
Fan controlled football.
Whatever.
With Johnny Manziel and Terrell Owens.
No. No, not my thing.
Oh, I mean, it's taken over just like the XFL and the USFL. I was trying to. Zappers. So last year he played in 3 games. 14,
I gotta go home.
17, 133 yards.
I don't want to talk
TD.
about Johnny Manziel's stats.
What do you mean? I mean that is something to talk about while you're at the bar. You can say, "Hey, did you see Johnny Manziel playing for the Zappers? He threw 1 touchdown."
You're gonna talk about that
games.
at the Bubba Army royalty party, the bar.
I guarantee I could talk with Brandon the Quad about Johnny Manziel with the Zappers. Actually, he'd be trying to roll
Johnny
away
Manziel.
from me.
He was an Iowa legend.
Yeah, he'd be trying to roll away from me, and I wouldn't let him leave.
My battery died. Damn it, Lummy. I don't care about Johnny Manziel.
I'm stuck with this dick. Well, Brian.
Well, Lummy, we did it again. We broke all records. Ratings-wise, I think this is... We actually crashed Facebook servers.
100%. And they didn't kick us off this time, which is unbelievable.
Nope. Thank you, Blitz, for the technical support. And
next week, you know what I'd love to talk about? I'd love
Dylan
to look
Moses and where he's going. That's what I'm going to be fucking studying all week long.
I'm saying that we should be looking at maybe the records of the Tampa Tarpon baseball and then, see how that's going on. The first women.
Head coach?
Head coach.
Manager. Not in baseball. It doesn't have head coaches.
Right.
They've got managers.
The skipper, the first head skipper, and see what their record is. And talk to you and see how your feelings about females in baseball coaching.
I am going to be, like I said, locked in Dylan Moses land, and I cannot wait. I'm reaching out to his agent. I'm going to see if we can get him on the phone for
please
an
do.
interview.
Can you please tell him I'm a huge fan?
Huge fan. Can't believe that they used one of their draft picks for Jalen Ramsey and then cut a guy after 1 season. Don't even give a guy a chance. He could, you know what? That guy could part the Red Sea if he wanted to.
That's Josh Freeman. He parts the Red Sea.
No, it's Dylan Moses, dummy.
I know what you're saying, but someone said that I pretty much suck Josh Freeman's D. So, in chat. But thank you, everyone.
You do. Josh Freeman and you, man. I can't imagine the crazy butt stuff you guys were into.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
That's how
for
you got into
tuning in.
pegging.
Okay. This is the Lummy Sports Show with Brian. Tune in tomorrow. Twitch.tv/The Bubba Army, 6 a.m. to 10. Brian, thank you. We'll be here next week. Don't forget to check out Bubba Army shop, BubbaArmyStore.com. Use the promo code Dr. Dan, all lowercase, no period, DRDAN. We appreciate everyone tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday, and we are live tomorrow. Bubba is twitch.tv/The Bubba Army. Thank you.